Hi, thank you for joining me. Wendy Anderson, justbe.me. Sorry, just fixing you up there because everything's packed up and I don't know where my tripod is. So this morning's contemplation and what it brought in, authenticity. What does an enlightened being look like? And where is it that I've manipulated in relationships and turning up in order to be loved? Which is a complete falsity and a complete lie, because I am loved no matter what. Like a newborn baby, you know, when you look into your newborn, you love it unconditionally. Whether it's pooping, whether it's sicking, no matter what it is, you love it. And then the child starts to grow and it will have its own authentic personality in where it shows up. And then it's kind of like, then there's societal expectations and parental expectations. And then I realised that I've been showing up probably for the majority of my life, meeting others' expectations just to receive love. So, you know, my parents, my mum, my dad, they had a vision of what a good girl should be, and it's like even people around me, friends, things like that, you know, certain communities, even a spiritual community, of what an enlightened or an ascended person should look like. And what was given to me is that an enlightened person or being, or an ascending person or being, looks like me, looks like you, looks like the angry man, looks like the single parent, looks like the Buddhist monk, looks like the homeless person, looks like a drug dealer, looks like a politician. Every single one of us are ascending. It's just a given. Every single one of us has enlightenment within us. It's just a given. And the enlightenment is just pure frequency love. But how many times do we show up in our life to manipulate another to be loved? And it could be something crazy like shaving your armpits, from plastic surgery to dyeing your hair blonde. But I'm fancy kind of like, I'm wanting to unleash kind of like the bad girl and a little bit of the salty bitch. So it is kind of, it's never something that I've been able to explore. And it's like, I'd got my astrology chart done previously. And the gateway that I was born through was to have difficult conversations, to illuminate. And the difficult conversation could be talking about things that potentially others may not want you to talk about. And I remember being as a kid, you know, I was always kind of like, you can't talk about that, you can't say that, Wendy. Oh, no, shush. You're answering back now, you know, don't say that, don't do that. So when I felt aggrieved as a child, or even if I felt something was coming away from love and I would try and vocalise it, I was, you know, quashed down. You can't say that, you know, I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to hear about the truth. It's too difficult. I can't hear about it. So being a truth giver, I learned to toe the line. Sore throats, tonsils, the lot, blocked my authentic expression. And I've realised that the majority of my life I've been turned up this way, inauthentically, to just please others. And to please others means that I was loved. So caring for others, fixing others, healing others, smiling at another, saying hello to another, you know, just anything that manipulates that other person to, you know, to fix them, so I feel better, so I get my love back from it. And I've realised in that notion that I am an amazing manipulator. But every single one of us are. And if you have put your hand up and come in can out with a narcissistic parent, you will have done this too. Because if you hadn't have turned up the way that they wanted you to turn up, it would have probably been game over. You would not have felt safe. You may not have survived it. So it's how can we be authentic now? And how can we accept others' authentic expressions? So I caught myself, I will be honest, it's all cards on the table. I caught myself having a conversation with a good friend of mine, and we'd gone for wild swimming in a sauna and getting changed afterwards. And it's kind of like these ladies are sat in the sauna, some of them, and they've got like the smart watches on. And it's kind of like doing bioresonance. Obviously, I was very privileged to have the information that the smartwatches and devices, if you're 100% connected to the internet 24/7 and not giving the body a break, it will strip you of magnesium and calcium. So anything smart is kind of dumb. And I did have this conversation, with these ladies wearing the watch and kind of like, telling them what I'd learned about it stripping certain important minerals that fights off cancers and boosts the immune system. And I caught myself in the changing room, and it was in two halves. So all the ladies were in the other half, and it was just me and my friend in the other half with just a wooden wall between us. And I literally just turned around and says, other people's stupidity really frustrates me. And I could see my friend's face kind of like thinking, normally when do you say really wise stuff and you're normally quite enlightened? I don't think that is a very enlightened thing to say. And I kind of caught myself going home ruminating over this conversation, thinking, what did those ladies think? Oh my goodness, I hope I didn't offend them. And then today I had a little bit of a contemplation and checking in with myself. I fell out of love with myself for something that I'd said, worrying about what other people are going to think about what I was actually authentically feeling. I authentically was frustrated with people's stupidity, but it came from a lack of knowledge. So, once informed, if they continue to wear the watches, that really is stupidity. But ultimately, it is human choice as well. So again, it's acceptance of all of our human authentic expression. So, they may just feel, do you know what, the actions that I get from the watch far outweighs, my precious minerals. And if that's the value that they want to hold, then that's the value that they want to hold. And again, values are something that are very unique to us. So my values may be completely different to anyone else's. Like such as my parents' value. My mum always taught me that my children's needs and my husband's needs were my primary objective, that I put everyone else first and I abandoned myself. Well, how did that work out for me in life? Depression, illness, aches and pains, and almost death. So it kind of didn't serve me. But the crazy thing is, my mum didn't even turn up in that capacity, but she believed that to be virtuous. So my mum is a narcissist, and it's all about her, and she gets everyone else to do her bidding. So the irony is, she expected me to turn up in a certain way that she wasn't even prepared to turn up herself. But if I didn't turn up in that capacity, I felt judged, I felt rejected, I felt unloved. And this program is actually coming up in my hips at the moment, is when we feel unloved. And I felt unloved for being my authentic expression was, I'll turn up to care for people when I feel like I've got the capacity to do that. And that is me and my authentic expression. And since I've been doing that, health has been fine and great until my dad passed, and my mum expected me to turn up again in the good girl capacity as the carer, as the doer, as the, in all everything that she wanted me to show up. And in lack of authenticity is when I started to get symptomatic again. I started to become ill. I started to become low in energy, low in love for myself, low in libido, low in absolutely everything. Was just, I came down the mountain. I knocked myself off that pedestal. But do you know what? It's all good really, because coming down from the mountain is growing in more self-compassion for me, myself, revisiting how to turn up authentically, truly authentically now. Even a salty bitch comes out every now and again when stupidity frustrates me, which has never in my whole life come out before. In fact, if anything, my school reports always just say Wendy is really shy and quiet. That's not me. I love to talk. My pastime, my favourite pastime is talking. Hence why I make these videos. And communicating. You know, that's what I love to do. Yet as a child, always sore throats, you know, as a young adult, thyroid issues. I'd corrected those by being the communicator that I am. So doing these videos is more about me and helps me. But if people can take something from it, then it's an added value and it's a bonus, and that's brilliant as well. But this is just to say that however we need to turn up right now, that's intrinsic with our core, authentic values and our values, not somebody else's values. And if other people don't like it, liberate yourself and give less figs. Or fucks, whatever word you want to use, because they're just words. And the energy given to it is the energy given by the creator that is using the words or receiving the words. So you interpret it at will, whatever the word is used for. They're just words. So you can empower it or you can disempower it. It's your choice. So this is to say, however you are turning up right now, can you forgive yourself? If you can forgive yourself, you can love yourself. And if you think, oh no, it's just unforgivable, then just love yourself anyway. So it's forgiving, being aggrieved and you will have aggrieved others as well. You know, it's kind of like none of us is escaping. None of us, all of our poo stinks, guys. Every single one of us. We've all aggrieved somebody. We may not have known it. And more importantly, where is it that we've aggrieved ourselves in turning up in a capacity that we've had to turn up in to survive or feel safe? But you know what? This whole planet energetically is supporting our authenticity. So can we support one another in being authentic? More importantly, ourselves. Because again, yeah, actually I just thought about that. That was another manipulation. It doesn't matter. The support is for ourselves. We don't need support from exterior people, places or things. The support is within. I am fully supported in now being authentic for myself, by myself, in conjunction with the divine. The most important connection and relationship that we can ever have with ourselves and the divine. So take that request back. I don't need your support. Each other, we don't need each other's support. Just support ourselves in being authentic. So, how this may appear, people, loved ones, may appear in a completely different capacity that we've never seen before. Can we still allow and love them for it? If you can't be around these people, then don't be around them. Choose it. You know, are you the eternal people pleaser and you have to fix them? And again, you know, we've all played in these circles, every single one of us. So can we give up trying to fix each other and just fix ourselves? And fixing ourselves is, there's nothing to fix. However you are turning up is beautiful. Whatever you're eating, how you're sleeping, what you're thinking. You know, you may be having dark thoughts right now while I'm talking to you. They're just thoughts. You give it power by actioning them. You don't have to action them. You are a creator. You know, you can choose. But don't judge yourself if you do need to have to action them. Obviously, I only have one rule, and it's kind of like, don't harm self or others. But in not turning up for ourselves and abandoning ourselves, that is harming ourselves. So, and sometimes we get angry when we've abandoned ourselves because you've got no energy to do the things that you love. or enjoy. So we abandon ourselves. So we feel angry with others because we've got no energy, and we blame them sometimes. Play the blame game, then we've got even less energy. We're playing the blame game and getting all angry. But do you know what? If you need to be angry because somebody has disrespected you, it's probably because you're angry with yourself for disrespecting you. So don't attach to it. Healthily detach from it. Let it go. So even kind of like my comment in the ladies' changing room, so even if all those ladies heard me being frustrated with their stupidity, so what? So be it. I felt frustrated in that now. So what? What are you going to do about it? Nothing. Because it's time for me to love me in that moment. So I'm sending love to that now moment and every now moment where I've felt like I've said or done the wrong thing and not pleased somebody else. And the only reason I'm pleasing somebody else is because I'm manipulating them to be loved. I don't need it anymore. I'm not looking for it in anyone else anymore. Appraisal or love or whatever. I'm just here doing whatever it is that I'm doing. And can I just love that? No matter what it is. Some days I'll be good and I might have some pearls of wisdom every now and again. And some days I might just talk utter bollocks. But you know what? It's all good. So I'll sign out here from sunny Yorkshire. Sunny for once, but still freezing. And yeah, just take it or leave it. Zero fucks given. Okay. Love you all. Own that authenticity in however that is coming up for you right now. Aspects of self that you've never discovered before. Go on a self-discovery. That's your mission of the day. Self-discovery for authentic, whatever thoughts coming in, whatever it is. You don't have to vocalise it. You could just think it, kind of just allow it, either attach to it or detach to it. It's it's your choosing as a creator, but love whatever is going on. That is the most important thing. Enlightenment is a given, and we're all enlightened, every single one of us. You, me, this is what it looks like. Enlightenment and ascension. Looking at you is what it looks like. Looking at me is what it looks like. All ascending. Just, it's a given, that's it. So love to each and every single one of you for just being here and doing this. No matter what thoughts are coming up, no matter what density, darkness is coming up. Honour all aspects of self, and then you may be able to see the divinity and all aspects of self in others. And frustration with stupidity, the stupidity in me, stupidity in all of us, stupidity everywhere. But can I learn to appreciate it? Can I learn to appreciate also the frustration? Why not? Let's go for it. Okay. Love you all, no matter how you are expressing yourselves right now. Take care.